Hello, my name is Mel, Cold Truth Podcast, and this is the case of Nakota Kelly. Anthony Dibiah brutally murdered his son, Nakota Kelly, age 10, on July 18th, 2020. To date, Anthony Dibiah has refused to tell authorities where he so meticulously hid Nakota's remains. On September 29th of 2023, the state of Indiana prosecutor Kristen Orr agreed to a plea of guilty but mentally ill put forth by his newly retained attorneys Courtney Ann Benson Koo and Deanna Louise Martin. This plea agreement does not require Anthony Dibiah to direct them to Nakota's remains as a condition of the plea. What you are about to hear is my last audio recording of a virtual visit with Dibiah on July 23rd of 2021, in hopes that he would tell law enforcement where he hid Nakota Kelly's remains. He says, and I quote, "I know where the body is." Quote, "I told my lawyer," he's speaking of Brian Kevin Lamar, "where the body is. He agreed to tell me where he hid Nakota, and I agreed to reach out to authorities to ask them to come and see him in Marion County Jail, and he would tell them. I did exactly that. I spoke with an investigator whom I was told was lead with the Marion County Criminal Investigation Unit overseeing Nakota's case. To date, I have not received a return phone call as to whether they went to see him or not. I beg of you, Judge Shatrese Flowers, to review the recorded virtual visits between myself and Dibiah beginning on March 16th of 2021 through July 23rd of 2021, before this man is sentenced on October 25th of 2023. You will see and hear a man that is not mentally ill. He showed up to the first virtual visit in disarray, similar to his recent court appearance. However, on a second visit that I had with him, he showed up clean shaven with his hair cut and clean clothes, leading me to believe he is manipulating you by appearing disheveled. Before I play this audio, I will read the timeline of events. On July 14th, Haley Kelly, his mother, called Bowen Center caseworker with the initials of AL to tell her about a concerning statement Nakota Kelly said to her when she told him the judge ordered her to send him to his father's for visitation the weekend of the 18th of July. Nakota told her, quote, "Oh, I'm dead. Don't expect me to come home." When she asked what he meant by this, he said, quote, "My dad is going to kill me." This information was provided to Detective Henson on July 19th of 2020 at 7 p.m. by AL, who has been working with and assisting Child Protective Services to manage Nakota's case. AL stated that she received and documented the above statement according to the probable cause affidavit. On July 17th of 2020, Anthony Dibiah told Haley Kelly, Nakota's mother, quote, "This is the last time I work with you," when she informed him that Nakota was going to be late to a mandatory visit with his father because his last baseball game of the season was that night. She delivered her son to him as soon as the game was over. On July 18th at approximately 7:30 p.m. was the last time Nakota spoke to his mother. According to the probable cause affidavit, on July 18th at approximately 9:26 p.m., Anthony Dibiah texted P.O., a distant relative living in Texas, to call him. Before he could respond to the text, Dibiah called him. When P.O. answered Anthony's call, Anthony started screaming, "I just killed my son." P.O. stated that he could tell by Anthony's tone of voice that he was crying. P.O. asked Anthony what he was talking about, and Anthony repeated approximately 3 or 4 times that, quote, "I just killed my son." P.O. asked Anthony why he had killed his son, and Anthony began saying that his son's mother had given him a very hard time and it cost him a lot of money in court. Anthony told P.O. during his conversation that Anthony was planning to call the police. Anthony then began asking P.O. for his address and mentioned something about needing P.O.'s address to send him a letter. P.O. refused to provide his address to Anthony. Anthony became more insistent and began loudly and repeatedly demanding P.O.'s address, which caused P.O. to hang up the call from Anthony and called 911 to report what Anthony had said during the call. Officers responded to Dibiah's address at approximately 10:11 p.m. on the 18th after they received the call. They noticed that Dibiah's white Jeep was in the parking lot, and when they knocked on the door, they could hear someone inside. The person did not answer the door. The officers determined they did not have probable cause to enter, and they left. On July 19th at 11:40 a.m., Officer Nike spoke with K.O., another friend of Dibiah, who received calls from him asking if he could borrow luggage. He said that he could. Then K.O. told Officer Nike that he called back and told him that he had killed his son. Dibiah told him he used a bag to suffocate Nakota until he stopped breathing. Dibiah told him that he then took Nakota to the bathroom to make sure he was dead, and he has now dumped the body. At this time, Officer Nike secured a search warrant to enter Dibiah's apartment. Officer Nike did not notice any persons inside the apartment. However, he noticed a small amount of blood in the entryway to the apartment. He observed the following items that were later recovered by crime scene unit as follows: blood spatter on the bathroom walls, mirror, vanity, floor, ceiling, and closet door. 2 pieces of brain matter and curly black hair from the bathroom floor. Blood spatter on the bedroom wall and black curly hair on a broom in the kitchen. On July 19th of 2020, Anthony Dibiah was apprehended by Highway Patrol and transported to Macon County Jail in Macon, Missouri. He was transported back to Marion County, Indiana, and formally charged with murder, a person who knowingly and intentionally kills another human being, on or about July 20th of 2020. The jury trial in this case was rescheduled 16 different times with the permission of Judge Shatrese Flowers. Anthony Dibiah is a murderer and an illegal alien to the United States since 2002. He was sentenced to 36 months in federal prison in 2001 for identity theft, Social Security fraud, and misusing documents to enter the United States. He was released in 2014 and moved to Indiana when his own country of Nigeria refused to take him back. In October of 2016, Dibiah petitioned the court for custody of Nakota, the son he did not want, and was granted visitation rights. He began abusing Nakota on his very first visit. Nakota, his mother, family members, and school tried their best to advocate for him to no avail. There is currently a civil tort case filed by Nakota Kelly against Anthony Dibiah in the Indiana Department of Child Services. Nakota has been failed by his father, Indiana Department of Child Services, the judge in the custody case, and is now being failed once again by prosecuting attorney Kristen Orr, Dibiah's original public defender, Brian Kevin Lamar, Dibiah's newly retained lawyers, Courtney Ann Vincent Koo and Deanna Louise Martin, who I'm really hoping were not hired by the lawyers for the Indiana Department of Child Services. Judge Shatrese Flowers, I am begging you to not be the last person to fail this precious little boy. Please make him tell you where Nakota's remains are and find Nakota before you sentence his father for his murder. I will now play the audio recording from July 23rd of 2021 between myself and Anthony Dibiah.
said, I don't even have no access to anything. This is what my lawyer is trying to do.
But you know where your baby is. You know where he is. And you
yes, I do.
Only want to tell to get yourself out of prison.
No, that is what my lawyer wants.
So
That's
what? That doesn't, so what? It's on you.
I don't have no access to the prosecutor, though. I don't have no access to talk to the prosecutor.
Yeah, I don't.
My lawyer is the one that represents me. I thought...
Your lawyer represents you. You're absolutely right. And he has to do what you want to do. So don't put it on him.
Okay.
Like, it's you.
No, see. Okay, see. What I told my lawyer was, I want to get this over with. I asked him to tell the prosecutor that I don't want to take this to trial. That I want to sign it. I want to sign the papers so that I can get this over with. But my lawyer said I should give him time to see if the prosecutor will give me a deal. I told him that I don't want no deal. I told him that I don't want no deal. That I did what I did. Okay? I did. I mean, there is nothing I can do myself. But I do understand how you feel. And I'm telling the truth. Whatever you heard is not true.
So you're saying that you didn't dismember him? You didn't?
No, I did not.
Eat him?
No, I did not.
Like the eating part? I mean,
no.
I don't know. I mean, I felt like that was like, what in the world? But
no, that's too much.
But I looked into the dismembering part, and that's exactly what it said from the beginning, that you did do that. So
I did not do that. I didn't.
Well, where is, like, I don't want to know. Like, I don't want to know. I want you to tell them. Surely to God, who cares about a deal? I guess I understand. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I don't know. I
don't care about a deal.
But that's what you said earlier, is that, like, you're not telling them. They can go get...
trying to do a deal, which I don't care about a deal. I don't give me 45 years. I don't care about that.
They were, like I told you before, what I was worried about was that they were going to give you the death penalty. But I don't know. Do you think that they won't give you the death penalty if they never find his body? Is that it? Like, I'm trying to, like, figure it out.
Please. I don't care what they do to me. Okay, I don't care. It's only that if my lawyer will listen to me. Because I've been sitting here for over a year now, and my lawyer haven't done nothing. I told him last time that I don't want any deal. I want to sign the papers so I can move on with my life. But he said I should give him 1 month to get me a deal. I told him I don't want no deal. I've been calling my lawyer all this week, and he hasn't even answered my phone call.
There has to be something that you can do.
The only thing I can do is to talk to my lawyer.
There's got to be, like, a prison. I don't know how prisons work, but is there, like, a guard? Like, someone you could say, like, hey, that you're the boss of wherever you're at, and be like, hey, I want to talk to this person. I don't know. I just think that I can't see that there isn't someone in the jail that, like, okay, maybe you can't make an outside call. If that's all it is, hell, I'll give you the money to call the prosecutor's office myself. I imagine if I had a child, and, like, if my child died, and then how can I live with myself what if that was my niece, and to not be able to, like, have a Christian burial? Maybe that's not important. Like, I don't know much about your culture.
No, that's my culture. I'm a Christian too.
But, like, a proper burial. A child should have that. And, like, if you're just bargaining for that, like, I can't.
No, I'm not bargaining. I'm not.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not bargaining at all.
I'm still trying to, like, I don't know. I don't know that I believe you about the dismemberment. I don't know what in the world, because it makes sense. I mean, how else have they been able to charge you with murder without a body? There had to have been something major to make them do that. And I can't think of very many things other than just a ton of blood, which, I don't know.
Just give me time.
You don't have any more time. Like, I don't believe you that there's no one there that you could say, hey, I need to talk to the prosecutor, and that you couldn't make that happen outside of your shitty lawyer, because it sounds like he's a real piece of shit. And I want to believe that he is and that you're not. And I don't know why you wouldn't want him to be somewhere where you know he's at. And I don't know, like, well, you know where he is, but just, like, to have a headstone, to have, like, his name and his birth date and in memory of, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't.
Look, please, let me say this again. The last time I had a conversation with my lawyer, which was last month ending, I told him, plead guilty. That's what I told him. I told him I know where the body's at. But he said, I should give him some time to see if he can cover the deal. I told him I don't want no deal. Now, if there's a way you can get the prosecutor's information and give it to me, I can call them. It's a she.
It's a she.
Huh?
Who's it? Your lawyer's a she?
No, my lawyer is a he. But my prosecutor is a she.
I'm just not gonna do. I can't. If you don't do that, then I'm done. Like, and you won't hear from me again.
I wanna do it, but my hands are tied. I mean, I can't do much.
I don't know.
You okay?
I just feel like that. Surely to God, there's somewhere in there that you could figure out a way to talk to them and tell them where he's at. Like, I don't get that. I mean, do you not have, like, internet or books?
No, we don't have access to internet here.
How can I help you then?
Okay, what you can do is look into my case, find out the name of the prosecutor and her phone number. Then you can give it to me, then I'll call her directly. Hopefully she will answer. Or you can call the number and let them know that I'd like to speak to them. They should come and see me in jail. I think that's best way to go.
Well, I don't understand how I'm supposed to find out about your case.
Well, you can look it up.
Where? What? I mean, I'll just call him.
We have 5 minutes.
I don't know. I mean,
call them, tell them to come and see me. Give them my information. Tell them to come and see me. If you can do that.
I mean, I think that would be easier than getting access to your case. Like, surely that's not a thing.
Or you can tell the detective, you can call them to come and see me. I mean, that's the best way I think you should do it. But I'm not lying to you. I will not lie to you. I promise. Okay?
Yeah, I'll try. I hope that you I hope that you do that. And I hope that...
I will do it. As long as...
And I'm not going to talk to you. Like, I'm not going to, like, you're not going to string me along in this, like, you said you told him a month ago. And, like, I'm not going to be that person. We're not going to be like, oh, yeah, it's scheduled, blah, blah, blah. Like, excuse after excuse.
I don't have any excuse because of there's no excuse for me to give you. The thing is this, I am tied in here. If you can get the detective to come and talk to me here, or if you can get the prosecutor to come and talk to me here.
But if I find out, like, that you are still trying to wiggle a deal, like, I am done. Like, I'm done. No deal. I'm done.
I'm not doing no deal.
Like, I don't want you to die, and, like, I don't know. I don't know if you even deserve to be in prison for life. Like, I don't know. If you try to get some kind of a deal to barter a child's body, then I'm done. Like, I cannot live with myself. I can't. I just picture my niece just being out there and, like, karma's a real bitch, you know? So, but we only have 1 minute and 56 seconds, so.
Hey, don't cry. I promise you, I'm not bargaining or nothing. I want to plead guilty, like I told my lawyer.
Yeah.
I told him that. When can you schedule another visit?
I don't know. I mean,
I get like 10 minutes free visit every week.
Yeah, I had to pay for this one. I mean, I don't know, probably not until, like, later next week, I don't know. I have to think about it, and, like, I don't know. Okay. I guess maybe the proof's in the pudding kind of a deal.
Yeah.
But I'll try to figure that stuff out, and hopefully they'll work quickly.
Come see me. Just come see me.
All right.
I just realized that I forgot to play the first portion of this audio, so I'm going to play that now. So in the timeline of this audio, this was the very first of the recording on July 23rd with him. Sorry about the mistake there, but I'm going to play the first part of the audio now.
Like, why can't you tell your lawyer where he is? Then where's he at? Like, why can't you tell your lawyer where he is and then he can be buried?
I already told my lawyer.
So you told your lawyer where your son is, and
yes, I told my lawyer, but what my lawyer is trying to do is this. Hold on, okay? You deserve to know the truth. Okay? What my lawyer is trying to do is that my lawyer is trying to use that to get me a deal. A deal so that I don't have to spend the rest of my life in jail. So my lawyer is trying to use that to get me a deal. We even approached the prosecutor, but they don't want to hear what we have to say. I already told my lawyer everything.
Okay, well, it still does, like, it almost makes it worse. Because the only reason that you want to tell them where your son is so that you can get a deal for yourself. Like,
no.
That's
no,
what you just said.
Like that.
That's what you're.
I don't mean it like that. See, look, I wish I can just.
So with that, on September the 19th to the 25th for
Again, that was the last portion there was actually the first portion of that audio recording on July 23rd. And now I have a call to action for any of the viewers. I am begging everyone to please call Judge Shatrese Flowers before October 25th of 2023 at 1:30 p.m. Please ask her to make Anthony Dibiah case number 49D2087-MR-022508, telling the court where he hid Nakota Kelly's remains as a condition of his plea agreement, and to not accept this plea agreement without finding this little boy's remains first. I promise you, once he is sentenced, he will never tell anyone where he so meticulously hid his son's remains. Please send her a link to this video and the video below and any other ones that you can find to MC Courts, MCOURTS -D28 at indy.gov. And you can call at 317-327-4996. The email is and phone number are across the banner on the bottom of the screen. Make sure that you reference the case number. Again, that case number is 49D2087-MR-022508. Anthony Dibiah, ANTHONYDIBIAH. Add that to your phone call or your email. And then for a longer version of this live that I did previously, it's in the show notes. You can watch that as well. This one was more, I wanted to stay focused and just give a short area. But as you can hear, he said he told his lawyer where the body is, his son's body, and he said that he knows where the body is. And I believe that he does, because he took great care in hiding his body. He didn't take great care in anything else that he did. He didn't care to be caught. But this is not a mentally ill man. I'm sorry. I don't buy it one bit. But if you want to give him a plea and let him claim mentally ill, at least make him tell you where this little boy is first. Please. I beg you. Thank you. Have a good night.